podcast. We have so much stuff to get to today, and hope you guys are enjoying today's podcast episode. So, we've launched the high school election simulator. That was our first article of the week, and we also posted about how to download encyclopedias for Kiwix on Android. So, as you guys know, Kiwix is an application that allows you to download like external storage things, and one of the things that you can download is Wikipedia on this application called Kiwix. Now, unfortunately, it's not just like Encarta, but if you want to have something like Encarta like on your desktop, on your mobile phone, because you can only get Encarta on your desktop. Kiwix is the application for you. You also can download stuff like stack exchanges, forum threads. So it's a really interesting application that allows you to download things. And if it's not in the app, because it kind of is like a store, it allows you to um, import these things called Zim files. Zim files are files that it can read and open up. It's kind of like a zip file, but for this application. So if you want to find the Wikipedia Zim file, if you want to find Zim file of any other website or archive that you want to use and back up onto a phone, this software is also available on your computer. We've gone over the software before on computer where we compared the 100 gigabyte Wikipedia text download versus the 2 point something gigabyte version of Microsoft's Encarta from 2009, which is stored in ISO file format as well. Now, one of the interesting applications, uses of this application is that when you go into it, and they actually sell a device that does this, but you have to open it up and you can go in. I'm going to put it up on the screen here. You can actually touch this screen and open up this setting where you get a thing called Wi-Fi hotspot. And what it allows you to do is when you click that, you click the files that you have downloaded on here. So I have stuff like Android, artificial intelligence, Stack Exchange, EduTech, Wiki, and Wikipedia article about computers. You start the server, and then it will allow you to essentially turn your phone into a hotspot. You can use your phone as a hotspot, and you can have devices connect to it so that they can access the stuff on it. I think that's really interesting. Some sort of like an educational server that you want to use as well. If in the event of say an internet outage, you can still access technology like that. And it's really interesting how you're still able to use technology without the internet. I think sometimes we have become, like I've said, a bit too over reliant on the internet. I was reading about smart meters today, the meters that connect to your house to tell the power company how much power that you are using, and they were invented around the 70s. Of course, the internet didn't really exist back then, so they had to use some type of the wireless data transmission. But now they're all using the internet or GSM, SIM card, or something like that. And yes, it is a bit more efficient, but we should have backups. We should have other means of communication so that if the internet were to go down, we're not sent back to the Stone Age. I mean, for example, the phone system now is heavily reliant on the internet using IP phones instead of the regular POTS phones, which is really weird because like, what if you don't have internet? What if you don't want to pay for internet? What if you don't have Wi-Fi? And also those phones are kind of more secure from regular attacks. Maybe someone trying to hack into the Wi-Fi. But now if the internet's down, you can't really communicate that way. So maybe we should invest more in cable and in satellite and in other radio frequencies other than just things that we use to transmit internet to each of. But speaking of servers, Kiwix has a server thing as well. Roblox has servers, and they were being used in some weird ways by kids. There's this report coming out. Let me see if I can put it up on the screen. And I mean, this is absolutely ridiculous. Let me see if I can find it. Yes, this is from Teen Vogue. So, take that with what you will. And they're reporting on someone's TikTok screenshot, which just goes to show you the level of teen reporting that is out on the internet today is just, hey guys, look, someone did this on TikTok. Wow, isn't that interesting? All right, yep, great. That's a report. That's a news story here. But you can see these screenshots from kids on TikTok, some of the most credible and reliable sources of the internet. Quote, this is the headline. I cannot believe I'm reading this. Kids are protesting, and this is by Taylor Lewins, who is an absolute nutball. Kids are protesting ICE in Roblox. Yes, you hear that right. And as you can see from the screen here, these kids are in Roblox servers having a protest in Roblox where they are building up a barricade and holding the Mexican flag. You cannot make this stuff up. I don't actually think is going to happen, please tell me what you think is going to happen. I really want to see the thought structure and the law. We do not need to go in and read this entire article about how it's giving power to the people, how it's giving, democracy and a voice to younger kids. Do you people really think that the president of the United States is sitting around looking at Roblox and being like, well, they're protesting and Roblox? Well, I'll be. I need to. I'm going to change my mind. Yes, a whole bunch of people who can't even vote for me, who weren't even alive when I was president the first time, are now protesting in Roblox. Well. Okay, I give you 75% chance the president does not know what Roblox even is. 75% chance. Someone go into the what do they call it? The White House press briefing and ask him, Mr. President, do you know what Roblox is? Do you know what the well, what's your name? Leave it might know what that is, but she's 27, so like, I mean, do you think that people are actually sitting around monitoring in Roblox a fictional protest, and they want to go in to tell about how some of the kids are like getting driven over in the cars or something like that, which is how is this news? Let's actually read this article. Recently, some Roblox players have been conducting virtual immigration and customs enforcement ICE raids. These have been Roblox players dressed as ICE agents that have barged into other players' houses. They have arrested a user hiding in his kitchen and chased down another player while conducting Border Patrol surveillance. Roblox ICE agents hunted down a young player in his Roblox home, banging his door down. I cannot believe I actually read that. Yes, this is a news story. Kids did something in a video game. News at 11. Tensions reached a boiling point last week as thousands took to the streets to protest ICE in the offline world. Roblox players protested within the game, battling cops, breaking down barricades, waving Mexican flags, and facing off across a line of players dressed in police. Yeah, okay, you know that. Yeah, this is why teenagers, like 16-year-olds, should not vote. What do they think is going to happen? Like, this is the sentence here. Despite being primarily a children's game, Roblox has evolved into a sort of emergent civic theater for kids online. This is a game where thousands of children now go process major world news events through highly integrated role play. Well, yeah, we're cooked. Absolutely, totally, without a shadow of a doubt, cooked. I mean, if kids are getting their news from Roblox, it's over. We're done. And no one's really explaining what they think these protests are going to do. Like, real life protests, in my opinion, hot take here, are absolutely ridiculous. Like a protest where, oh guys, someone did something I don't like, so let's go stand in the middle of the street and scream. Yeah, that's gonna change it. Yeah, how does that even make sense? Okay, so the idea of a protest is that you're supposed to get enough people mad enough that they will vote, that politicians might, vote them out of office or whatever. Yeah. How are the politicians supposed to be scared that a bunch of jobless people decided to wake up at 10 o'clock on a Tuesday morning to go stand in the middle of the street and cry? I'm sorry, on both sides. How are protests even remotely useful? Seriously, how? Like a real life protest. Oh, guys, we're gonna stand out in the middle of the street. You do realize you have to get like permits to do those things. You have to get like things from the police. You have to, sign up so people are gonna know about that in advance. Oh wow, look, 70,000 people are upset. Yeah, 70,000 people are gonna be upset about everything. I mean, in fact, the entire nation of Canada, 40 million people are mad that they got lost to the Florida Panthers again. Okay, and what? like real, in my opinion, real life protests are stupid. You're just standing out there screaming and crying on when you could be working and actually making money. Oh, well, it makes me feel connected, blah, 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 yada, yada. No. Okay, you just don't have a job. That's what happened. And now you have kids in Roblox protesting? Please. Job, please. That's ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. Oh, wait, we got to check. Hello from Star-Lord over here. And, Star-Lord, since he's actually watching, I'm going to transition back here. I was going to talk about how Teen Pack has actually had a few wins here. But we'll get back to that because Star-Lord is actually watching right now to talk about another scandal Once again, another scandal. It's another Blondegate scandal because they took it from a book that was written in 2024 about a scandal that happened in 2023 where I investigated someone else who wasn't me. And oh well, you see, you actually posted Teddy from here's the scandal here, people. You actually posted a video of Teddy talking on the TV, as you can see on the screen. Clearly, Teddy, and not any other random blonde girl. And Chrissy DeMond, Ethan, do you have a crush on this girl? Because this is getting weird. Hey guys, you want me to go into ChatGPT or Grok right now and do it? Because look, you guys have been freaking out and whining about Mi6, who coincidentally has actually been mentioned on X twice as much as GCam's been mentioned, which is wild. When you guys have been freaking out and whining about Mi6, I actually took a test inside of Grok and inside of ChatGPT, and guys, guess what? The Tech Boy came back. The results were clear, the results were clean, and the results were unequivocally no crush. Because guys, guess what? It is patently untrue, and not a single shred of evidence has been presented here. But anyway, Christian Mon is see these are the top three characters. Here we have Paisley here. Okay, Paisley. And then we got Teddy. And then we got Lexi here. From these are from two TV shows, and this is from another TV show. So it's from two TV shows. And guys, guess what? Christian Mon, I can't tell the difference between the. Are you kidding me? You can obviously tell the difference between these people. And no, Christy is not always right. She's like 60% wrong. Okay. You can tell the difference between these people. I mean, guys, come on. Her hair is straight, and she has a bow on the top of it. And these people here, we have Teddy, and then you have Lexi here. Also, again, wavy. And then let's talk about Lexi once again. Okay, honestly, probably one of the smartest characters on television series in here. I mean, I honestly detest these allegations that the people over on X are once again whining and crying about because they try to take down the duly elected president Easton Shea from SSI. That is what all this is. She is not right 99% of the time. No, it's absolutely ridiculous. I am right 99% of the time. Yeah, We literally have caught in 4K you being wrong. Okay, you thought this was freaking Teddy. I mean, you thought this was you thought Teddy was Lexi. They look nothing alike. You mean to tell me that this person looks like this person? Come on. I mean, her hair is like orange. Okay, you mean to tell me you can actually confuse these two people? Absolutely ridiculous. Vito's like Canadian eyes. In fact, we could actually do a live ChatGPT thing. What did Christy say? All blondes look the same. That's just racist. That's just racist. I'm sorry. They do not. Oh my gosh. Well, I'm convinced now more than ever that Mi6 is a plant from Christy Lamond over here. That's what she is. She is a plant. Up to today, strategizing to make sure that we did not get taken over or invaded by Mi6, to make sure that SSA stays strong and sovereign, like Christine Mon wants Canada to be. And we have to have plans. We have to have these things set in motion. And at least I can tell her apart from people on television. For crying out loud. Anyway, let's see what Gabe said. Gay. Yeah, that's right. Christine Mond is gay. I don't 100% here. Nope. No. Yeah, I know they have that one episode in like season 3, but I haven't seen it anymore, so it doesn't count. No. Good luck, Charlie is not gay. Quiet, Gabe. Also, like, one of the people's names in the story is Gabe, and he actually became president of Room 12. Okay, and he has his own Secret Service agents. Oh, speaking of, I was thinking about this television show idea. Why people are on the internet, whining about how you can't tell the difference between two people who look absolutely different. I was coming up with my own television show idea where you have a former presidential candidate who's like super popular. He was president of the United States, and now he have his 2 kids in high school, working, in high school, and he's a former president. So that was actually pretty interesting there. See, I was coming up with a whole bunch more important things than Miss Canada First over here and Soup for Knowles over there who are whining about, I don't know, like how they can't tell the difference between two different people here. When like you got like Lexi highest IQ, then you got Paisley with the lowest IQ, and Teddy. Teddy has a pretty decent IQ. Nope. Also, let's not forget what Gabe did to Christy. No, I will never, ever, no, I will not be Catholic. No, I'm not going to your no. Oh yeah, there we go. Yeah, I'm not going to your no, not change. Though I am the most pro-Catholic of anyone in this chat. Okay, even more pro-Catholic than Gabe. All right, let's what were we talking about? Oh yes, Teen Pack. Well, I hope you guys can tell apart from all the fictional characters in these television shows. But Teen Pack is having a heck of a lot of wins. So the president has extended the TikTok ban for 90 days. Congratulations again. And Matt Walsh has declared that homework is bad. I don't. You never know what's going to come out of that guy's mouth. Also, yes, he is. Who the heck is Papa Leah? Anyway, where were we? Oh yes, but here's another Teen Pack loss, I guess. Here, Matt Walsh has declared that because artificial intelligence exists, all kids should be homeschooled, which is the worst. I mean, why? No, that's a horrible idea. No, we are not going to homeschool everyone because ChatGPT exists. Like, no, I'm sorry, no. But I am actually an expert on here. I'm actually an expert on this one here. No, we're not going to homeschool everyone because ChatGPT exists. Look, I'm sorry, but like homeschooling is okay, maybe into like 6th grade, but you have absolutely no social life or no friends, and you end up with people running around yapping about how 3 blonde people don't look the same on a podcast. So you end up with me. You don't want to have that you don't want to have that end up with me. No, yes, obviously I'm not advocating for public school here. Okay, public school is trash. Okay, look, public school is the only place in human history where you can run for president and people are gonna be like, oh, well, are you gonna build an abortion center in the middle of the school? What in the heck? No. Why is that even a question? No. Why are you asking me this question? I can't build anything in the middle of the school even if I wanted to. And then, that's why I said Christian private school is the best. And I was like, no, it's not. No, it's not. Because, actually, when I was homeschooled, when I homeschooled, I actually took my kids to all these co-ops and things. And, oh, so you mean you're going to let their parents choose their friends for them? Yeah, absolutely horrible, terrible idea. I mean, that's even the worst foreign policy. That's even worse foreign policy. I'm going to say it. Hot take it. Worst policy of all time. Yeah, even worse than teenage dating, which I have been reading some Reddit threads there, and oh my gosh, no, those Redditors are insane. He says Matt is base, Ben is the best DW host. Absolutely, no best of all. No, homeschooling, no, you do not want your parents choosing your friends for you. That ends up horribly. Look, they tried that on me one time, and I ended up with some kid who I didn't have any interest with, and some random them over there. And I was out fighting Religious War 3 in the middle for like an hour for a year and a half, yapping about creationism versus evolution, and we threw an election to some lesbian kid. So no, absolute worst policy of all time. In fact, the best policies have all come out of what? See, this is the insanity of this chat. The insanity of this chat. I mean, the worst policies. The best policies have come out of. I mean, I'm gonna have to block and deport this person. I'm sorry. Crushes are obviously national security threats. It leads to high school sweethearts getting married. That's not happening, okay? Do you know why people talk about high school sweethearts getting married and how they end up on the front page of the New York Post? Because it's rare. Some kid walking home from school does not end up on the front page of the New York Post because it happens every single day. Anyway, back to the thing that we're talking about here, how having a parents choose your friends is terrible. Because look, the best foreign policies, the best policy of SSA, GCAM policy, and now MI6 policy has all existed all out of my own brain. You guys, look, trying to explain foreign policy has 1 year long, the entire SSA LTW series, 1 year long of existence. Do you really think that trying to explain how actually backing Summer against Damien so that we can win with GCam against JVN, who actually won the GCam JVN war tie. And this is all coming out of the 2023 election. Is going to go over well. Or do you really think that do you guys really think that trying to explain how no, we're not going to go to war with President Allison because she's the number 2 in command and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. No, it's way too complicated to explain. It's not the 90s anymore. And look, if you have your parents working in the 90s reality, trying to pick your friends in 2025, in 2025, that's not going to end well. It's going to end up horribly. Look, you need people with boots on the ground. Boots on the ground. That's what you guys need. And you cannot have boots on the ground, and you cannot have high school sweethearts without having an actual high school building, which is why private Christian school is better than homeschooling. So yeah, I'm actually going to use that there. Yes, we do need more high school sweethearts, and questions are not as big as a national security threat as having your parents use your friends from based on like 90s or early 2000s reality within the context of a 2022 reality. Because guys, look at here, we need to have boots on the ground, and look, the realities are ever changing, they're ever shifting, and they're ever changing. And SSA LTW will never lose to MI6. Look, we are see, there we go again. There's that random kid freezing brains again. We are always going to be allied with MI6. Okay, look, we may even be crawling in dumpsters. But look, we will never lose to MI6. That will never, ever happen. In fact, I saw this article over on NTB, which is what a website. What a website. NTB posted that MI6 had their first appointed their first female chief. So, we win. Yeah, the 90s were great. Yes, guys. I'm sure they were. Okay. I'm also going to let it be known that the average age of this chat is 18 and a half. So none of y'all were alive for the 90s. And this is literally fake news and defamation. Defamation. I am not in love with MI6. How many times do we have to do this? Look, we went to Grok. We went to ChatGPT. What you want, Gemini now too? Look, Grok, after I appealed, and ChatGPT have both said that, look, I am not in love with MI6, and that is the absolute 100% truth. I mean, once again, these people are trying to overthrow SSA and have MI6ism. Once again, let me say, back to the topic, Matt Walsh, that MI6ism only came out because of GCam foreign policy. Right, GCam foreign policy was a really good foreign policy that would have never existed if we were just running around with the datims and the people that we didn't know have anything in common with, yada yada yada. MI6ism has, since the month it has been in use, has put in the greatest wins in the history of SSA. And you know what all that came from? Boots on the ground, quick, fast decisions based off of GCam foreign policy. It says, okay, no, I'm not reading that. What the heck? No. Anyway, this is what all these idiots are, trying to do. Ally against fictional. Well, I mean, MI6 might as well be fictional. Okay, you live in Canada. You've never met the kid. Well, maybe. Anyway, but the only thing more idiotic than believing these weirdos in the chat, the only thing more idiotic than confusing 3 blonde people that do not at all look the same, is buying this absolute scam of a phone. The T1 phone. Why does this even exist? Why? Yes, guys, this is the Trump phone, and it is absolutely abysmal. Now, it's not as bad as the last phone we looked at last week. It's not as bad as the last phone we looked at last week. Okay, like I said, you should not be able to vote for 10 years if you buy that phone. Look, you should not be able to vote for 1 year if you buy this absolutely atrocious ripoff of a phone. It is $500. And okay, you better think, okay, guys, you got this nice screen, you got an in-display fingerprint scanner, you have an annoying gold color, and this design is abysmal to be sent back to Guantanamo from the pit it came out of. I do like the attention to detail on 12 o'clock, January 20th, 2025. But why is this so low resolution? My gosh, can you not avoid Photoshop? My goodness. Okay, so let's look at the specs of the T1 phone. This is a 6.8-inch screen, 100 50 megapixel main camera and a 5,000 milliamp hour battery, fingerprint sensor, and AI face unlock. And I mean, you got like 256 gigabytes of storage. They do not tell you what the chip is, and it's abysmal. And look at these camera specs: 50 megapixel, and essentially the other two cameras might as well just be garbage cans. The Trump phone is not a good deal. No one should buy this phone. Do not buy this phone. Do not. For $500, do not buy that phone. The cameras on it alone, 50 megapixels, fine. The other two cameras are fake. They do not work. They are not good. They might as well not even be there. The depth sensor does not take pictures. The macro lens is going to come out looking like a photo taken off of a Kitty Zoom smartwatch from 2014. Okay, look, it would be a better deal for the United States to buy Canada than it would be for anyone in listening to this podcast in their right mind to buy this phone. This phone is a ripoff. No, you do not need Trump AI assistance. Have you seen how bad any of that technology is? It's garbage. Absolute garbage. Haven't you actually been on Truth Social? I run a better social media website and I paid $50 for it. It's hard. It is interesting that it has a headphone jack and micro SD card slot, that's a good feature. I bet the chip in this phone is not gonna be that good. No. Who in their right mind is gonna pay money for this thing? Like, I was thinking, okay, maybe $250. $500. You can get a Pixel for that price. Do not buy this phone. Do not buy it. And they also have a wireless service called the 47 plan. Okay, $47 a month is not awful for a phone. For a phone. No, you do not need that. $47 a month is not awful for a phone plan. Like T-Mobile sometimes offers some plans with $60 a month. It's actually kind of looks decent. I'm not testing this. I'm not gonna buy it unless one of you want to send me $47. I'm not sending $47 just to buy a dang SIM card. So you get unlimited data for 20 gigabytes at high speed. You have unlimited texting, which is just like the people this is catering to. Unlimited texting is a poke. Unlimited talk. Oh yeah, guys, got unlimited talk. You know what my talk time is? 30 minutes. It's 30 minutes, okay? And like I send like 5 Snapchat messages a week. So that's like what? 0.1 gigabytes of data. And then you do get 24/7 telehealth for your video or phone, mental health, wellness, and prescription discount, as well as device coverage. So I cannot not recommend the plan. The plan seems fine to me, but for the love of all that's good, do not buy that phone. Well, it's not a ripoff, but it's some random Chinese phone that they made gold, added the US flag to it, and then hiked the price up by 2. That's better than the last phone that took all the features off and then hiked the price up by 10. So there's that. There is that. Congratulations, Chris. You have unlimited talk and text. We are so proud of her. Congratulations. Yeah, let's see what Kate has to say. Hey, I would never pay over $200 for a phone. Really, not much of anything. LOL. Well, yeah, that phone is actually worth like $250. They are price gouging. Do not buy that phone. Do not. I will laugh if you buy that phone. I'm gonna laugh at you. Look, also, I wonder if it becomes preloaded with Truth Social and TikTok. Like, that's just do not buy that phone. Okay. Maybe next time. Maybe he'll make a better one. It's better than an iPhone. It's better than an iPhone, but do not actually buy that phone. Don't do it. Also, why does it look like that? Why does it look like an iPhone from the back? Seriously, why? And someone did point out that it has a 120 hertz screen in the iPhone SE doesn't. Oh, 16E doesn't, which is I cannot wait to see Isabella Maria DeLuca switch out her pink iPhone for this gold phone. I want to see how long she'll last. If she doesn't switch out her pink iPhone for it, which I roasted her for switching her pink iPhone. See, look, I can criticize her at times when need be. I mean, sure, I did write a nice, long, glowing article about it, but look, I can criticize her anytime I want to. But if she buys this phone, I will edit. I will edit a phone onto her. That would be that's really funny. And we're gonna talk about another show. Um, I guess Chrissy is gonna be like, oh my goodness, look, it's another blonde person. That means something, cause cause whatever. I mean, what do you guys want me to do? Do you want me to debate Grok right now? Like we can talk to Grok right now and ask it. We can ask it things here. Tech almost made the sign of the cross. What with this? Are you happy? Okay. Anyway, this is a television show called I Didn't Do It. Here you have it pulled up on the screen. Here you can see the main characters. What is the zoom? There we go. You can see the main characters here, and these kids, as well as the other kids in ant form. We talked about that. Paisley and Lexi. They had they had a party, and like I was saying, I if I ever had a party like that, I would never see the light of day. Okay, guys, pizza fell from the sky. They had a skunk on some type of animal. They had some four-legged animal and a snake in the party. They had all these random kids coming over to the house. Oh yes, and their grandmother or some old lady fell out the dang window and into a pool. And yet they only were grounded for 6 months, and they still in the next episode have friends coming over. Look, if I ever did have something like that, invited people secretly over, and I don't know, my grandmother ended up in our pool. Well, we don't have a pool, but let's just assume that we had a pool. This podcast would be suspended for like until I turn 100 years old. You never see you never see the light of day. I never see the internet again. Okay, my phone would be so outdated that it would be turned into dust. Let's see what the comments are saying here. Anime is better. No, it's not. I saw anime. It's not. Anime is gay. Is it though? Is it? Or lab rats. I've never seen that show, but I know what it is. Gabe is a lab rat. That's nice again, I guess. Like, honestly, what? There's so much wrong with everything that we talked about on today's podcast episode. You know, the kids are protesting on Roblox. Protests are stupid, and they are not doing anything on Roblox. Okay. Oh, we MI6 crush, and we can't tell the difference between blonde girl 1, blonde girl 2, and blonde. Get better eyes. Just be better. I swear. And if MI6 is listening to this podcast, well, I mean, I might as well just throw a party, so I just end up and die, jump off the pool, off the face of the earth. One of you people are probably going to try to trace her down and dox her. Okay, good luck with that. Just absolute ridiculous. Okay, and Matt Walsh, once again, every time he doesn't like something, he's like banning. Like, oh guys, the kids using AI on assignments now, so we should you know what we should do? Send everyone back to the Stone Age and have their parents make their friends for them. I mean, parents sometimes do not make the best decisions. I was doing some research just for fun. I like reading Reddit threads because whenever I feel like I'm a terrible, depraved person, I always remember that Reddit exists and I am better than everyone. Every single person on that, I am better than them. I'm sorry, I am better than everyone on that website. And I don't want to hear any of this whining. Oh well, Christian, everyone is actually a sinner. Yada yada yada. Blah blah. Yes, we all know it. Okay, cut the little evangelical message here. Okay, look, we've heard it. Okay, we have heard it multiple times. Okay, but look, I don't care what you're gonna say. I am better than everyone on Reddit. So I was actually looking up. And this isn't for me. Okay, it's not. Oh wow, look, he's trying to simulate this. Look, no, look. I cannot simulate my real life based off on a Reddit thread. Okay. And I am open to taking a request for now, reaction video request, as well as we can do that ChatGPT court case MI6 thing if you guys really want to. Let's see. Walsh is based. Ben is even more based. Okay, yeah, guys, you have your nice little based off. Uh, here we go. Let's actually read all parenting. I always like love reading these threads because it's like, what? Here's a thread. All right, here we go. I mean, this thread is it's something else here. It's something. My 17-year-old son recently started dating a girl, which is, I mean, honestly, that's an accomplishment over on Reddit. At least it's a girl. Tech, I dare you to read my list. Let me see if can I click that? Okay, let me see if I can. Let's see if I can click that list. What the heck is a Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood clip? There better not be some. Well, what is that first? I'm gonna read. Christian Martin says his status doesn't exist. Okay, I'm gonna go over to YouTube so I can click that list. It better not be something ridiculous. It's probably something stupid. Like, all right, let's see. I'm gonna pull up the podcast. I'm gonna mute this. Where are the chats? Oh, it's top chat. Yeah, none of y'all even made the chat. That's insane. Okay, I'm gonna search via Google Lens. It says read who list live. What is this list? Let me see if I can find it. No, I'm not. I don't want to block it. It's not letting me click the link. Let's see what we see here. I don't think there's an actual list there. See, this is just a scam to get me to run around for a little bit. All right, that's nice. All right, there we go. What is this? All right, there's no actual list that we can actually read live. Sorry, guys. Anyway, it says tech. I just reposted it. Oh, okay. Let's see that. Let's see what a repost says. Oh dear. Is list of things she's been called on here. I can't read this on YouTube, but okay, fine, whatever. If I get banned, so be it. No, actually, but whatever. Here we go. Sagacious East Alaskan, pesky Canadian, gay North Dakotan, snow Mexican, pimp, hobbit, dwarf, gnome, funny, cute, smart, kissing. Yes, we have a huge problem with all the consents running around here. R word at leftist. All right, next. Is that it? AI solid. No. What in the heck? Nope. We're not reading that. All right. We're gonna move on from that. It's always these traps. People always trying to trap me. Never gonna work. All right. Let's Let me see if I can find the message I sent someone of the. How do I have 12 messages? Let me see. Reddit lies. No, not Reddit lies. I think it's Reddit R words. See, I seen all these people here. Reddit. Ah, yes. Here's a our parenting thread. I love Reddit. I mean, it's so amazing. It's one of the greatest inventions of the century because I can look up anything and feel better about myself. Let's open up and read these parenting rules from our parenting. Yeah, Christy, nice try. All right, let's read these parenting rules from our parenting. My high school daughter has it. Well, yeah, that's a problem. We should have stopped there, but let's move on. Recently, I found out her girlfriend's parent won't allow sleepovers because of the fact that they are dating. Okay, so it prompted a discussion between my daughter and I on boundaries because it didn't even occur to me what the limit was. Just like what is this? I'm not reading that, but like, what is wrong with the people of Reddit? What is wrong with y'all? Why? Literally, why? I mean, literally, a national security threat has presented itself right there. And once again, we're showing that parents don't always have the best judgment, which is why I don't know. Maybe Matt Walsh shouldn't be like vowing because kids use ChatGPT to cheat on assignments. Which, I mean, cheaters are going to cheat. Like, I caught this one kid cheating on a handwritten test. So, like, I still beat her. I always win, but like, still, I mean, you cheated on a handwritten test. You can't use ChatGPT there. They were on Reddit, and that's what is wrong. Yeah, so. Oh my goodness, they're on Reddit. That's what's wrong. No, it's just they have all these idiots running around. Okay, besides, you watch anime, Gabe. Okay, so and you know how Matt feels about anime. I mean, he feels like that you should be taken and like roasted over an open fire. Okay, and that everyone who watches anime shouldn't be allowed to vote. So, there is that. There is that. So, all right, let's see what kind of YouTube videos we can react to today. No one's actually giving me a verdict on if I should go back into ChatGPT or Grok or Gemini or something, and go back on trial once again. You people put me on trial like 12 different times, and I always come out clean because there's not a single shred of evidence. Anime is awful and Matt is right about what? No, he's not. People should not die for watching anime. What? These people, like, he always wants to like murder everyone who doesn't agree with him. He's like, if you don't agree with me, get out. Like, I mean, Abby, he literally yelled at Abby Libby. Like, that's crazy. Why? Absolute ridiculousness. Gabe actually became president in that TV show. Good luck, Charlie. Which is a great TV show. I don't know why people hate it. Show some respect. Christian Ron says to react to this. What is this? It better not be a Rickroll or something inappropriate that I can't read on YouTube. Politics in 20 seconds. Why would I react to that? It's a text string, technically. He isn't serious. Oh, yes, he is. Okay, they locked him in a room, and speaking of locking people in a room, I was listening to the new Adventure Odyssey episode today. Not today, but it's today, so we're gonna talk about it. Jules ran away from home and is now living with Valerie. Can you believe it? Jules hates Valerie, and also like. In what universe is their parents going to let their 16-year-old child go stay with Valerie instead of Connie? Because she stole Connie's car, hit a police car, and then pretended to do it. So she didn't hit her own car to pretend that she didn't do it, and sneaks out of school. And all she gets is like grounded in 40 months of community service. Bro, if I ever did something half as bad as that, yes, Christy, use your club subscription and listen to the episode. You should listen to me. If I ever did anything half as bad, like I do believe that homeschooling isolates people so much that they do not understand the realities of the world in which they exist. If I ever did something half as bad as that, I would. Again, this. If I ever you stole a car. You stole a car, stole her phone, hit a police car, hit and run. Just like, and you're still allowed to walk? Bro, I'd be in the basement. I wouldn't be allowed. I wouldn't be allowed out. What is wrong with you? Let's see, bro. I was home. Oh, really, Christy? And look how that turned out for you. Yes, you were. Hey, okay. Look, I want you to give your best argument for this in the comments. Please try it. Give me your best argument for why homeschooling is better than Yes. So the best argument for homeschooling is me and Christy. I'm sorry, but you do not want to end up like Christy. No, that is not a good argument. I mean, look, it could be worse. You could be sitting around protesting ICE in Roblox. Why are you protesting ice and blocks? Just get lives. Get. Like, why do you care that much? Oh, whoopie woo! I'm so sad that ice did something to someone that's not me. Womp womp. Get just seriously. Kids need to get lives. What? Seriously, these kids have way too much empathy and way too much care and way too little IQ. And I have all the IQ, not enough. Not enough empathy. That's not a problem. All right, let's see what YouTube videos we can talk to here. Let's see what the comments are saying. We're gonna be here for an hour long. All right, fine. You people have pressured me. All right, guys, ChatGPT, Grok, or Gemini? Come on, pick something. Oh, speaking of Grok's AI image generation, absolute garbage. Hopefully they get that fixed in version 3.5. You know, I bet Christian Mine's just so happy that Grok's AI image generation is off and Photo Leap is down. Oh no, you know you can't make your iPhone for pictures anymore. All right, Grok, you say okay. When I went to court with Grok, Grok was so freaking annoying. Okay, let me pull it up. Oh, they kept asking the same stupid questions 50 million times. All right, here's a Grok. We picked a Grok, unless Christy picked something else. Nope. Okay. So here we go. Once again, we're gonna put in the prompts. Once again, I've done this. Who's Grug? Anyway, we're gonna put in the prompts once again. You know, we're gonna settle this once and for all. You know, here we go. We pulled up Grok. It's in the incognito mode there. Nope, you do not get to see the rest of my Grok queries, you weirdos. All right. All right. So this is what I do in my free time too. So this is what I do in my free time in my brain. And Crazy Lamont said I was weird. He thinks I'm so weird just because I think on a high level. It's not my fault that I think on a higher level than you, Chrissy. Like, take that up with the people who you schooled with. All right, here we go. All right. Simulate court case against President Ethan Shea. Who is on floor? All right, there we go. All right. Grok is germinating. I am not weird. I'm not. What? Here we go again. All right, please list 10 weird things about me, Chrissy. Please do that. As I am once again doing what you people have begged on your hands and knees, once again have like cried for. And here you are insulting the podcast host on his own podcast. You get your own podcast. Kids these days. What is wrong with the 19-year-olds of Canada? Agent Clara Voss. What in the heck? Who the heck is Agent Clara Voss? You can't make stuff up. Okay, no, wait. This is ridiculous. Sorry, yeah, Grok is kind of weird. Okay, so I'm gonna go into ChatGPT. Sorry, no. Who the heck is Clara Voss? All right, my saved memory is full. Okay. I'm gonna zoom in here. Oh wait, no. We're using the incognito mode there. There we go. Innocent until proven guilty. All right, so ChatGPT is now over here generating. What? All right, here we go, guys. Hopefully, Christy is watching live. 28 people. All right, Mr. President, do you admit to anyone? Yes, because I invented the code name. Absolutely. Unpresidential stammering? What in the heck? No. No. And for B. Five name plus year. 6. What in the heck? Again, not my fault. Go talk to Sam Altman. Okay? Go talk to him. Not my fault, Chrissy. I can't control everything. Yeah. Despite how many times I've been accused of controlling the weather. What the heck? Here's Mi6. All right, 5 name plus 6. No, I am ready. I am already super cool. Yes. 8. Have you gone out of your way even just once? No one else is listening except imagine. Well, I mean, you have to think about the context of this, yada, yada, yada. So I'm going to give a nice long, you have to think about the context and the period of time in which we S in which Mi6 thing is to make this a great again. So no, but it is an end to meet. See, guys, that's how long Sam Altman is open. Yeah, I'm in ChatGPT. Oh my gosh. Let me think. Yeah. That would be for the agency as large as it could reveal the threats that we have been hiding. All right, there we go. Yes, see, ChatGPT gets it. Cold War. That's what we are. I don't know. Maybe she's like France. No. Emotionally class. Ha! Let's go. Not guilty. Not guilty, people. We did it 3 times back to back. Let's be happy. God bless. Tech talk to you later. And praise the power that be.